Water?
Yeah, well, we have an interesting story for you. We went out to go see how Bayou was doing over 69. We wanted to shoot that shot and see how that was doing. And we'll go to the video and tell you what happened. We had to walk. We went to the mile, and that's what you see when you're out there. That's the water coming over Highway 69. But then we heard people yelling from the trees here. And all we could figure is there's people in the water. So I called 911. Our photographer, Drew Bayou, caught a ride back to the barricade. We got some fellows with boats that came out there. And now they're out trying to do a high water rescue. He's in the trees.
There are people in the trees,
yes,
Tom?
Yes, there were 2 people in the trees, and they get the first one out and bring him in. And from what we gathered, their car was swept away. They've been in the water since 4 a.m. this morning. So they get the first guy out. And mind you, these are not trained rescuers. These are just guys with a boat. So now they're trying to get the second guy out, and you're going to kind of see him to the left in your screen as that bag is floating down. They toss this out, and he's hanging on right there, and he's going to make a grab for it. And he's been out there for 5 hours, so they're going to toss again. They just rigged this together with the rope. They're just improvising. These are guys out of Beaumont. They were trying to see if they could get across the water today. They toss it. He makes a grab for it, and he grabs it. He gets it, but the current is so fast, it sweeps him around this tree. He loses the rope, but managed to grab some more vegetation. Mind you, been in the water for 5 hours. They have hypothermia. They're telling them, I'm so weak, I can't hang on. So they now decide to go back into these trees with all this current, and they managed to get him in the boat and bring him out. He had no clothes on. He had not a stitch of clothing on when they got him out of there. I assume his clothing was taken away with the current, and these guys were exhausted. But it's a miracle. Had we not walked out there, because every car that drove by, they yelled at, no one could hear them, but we walked out there and we heard them, and we managed to get them help.
Do you think that, I mean, that's an amazing story. Are there other stories like this? I mean, we've got to believe that they're unfolding all over the area,
I think they are, yes.
I think they are too.
Absolutely. We just happened to catch that one and be there, and I think that what we're going to see throughout Southeast Texas.
Can we roll the video again? Because I think it's worth seeing for a second time. Because most of us haven't seen what it looks like up there, and we keep hearing them say 69's closed, 69 closed, and you're like, right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure we can get through with a car, a dump truck, or a big pickup truck.
So these are the 2 lanes of the highway. That's the barricade in the middle. The water's rushing over the top of the barricade. That's just sort of north of the bridge at Pine Island Bayou. So again, we hear these guys yelling from the trees, manage to get these boats out here.
So how long does it take, though, from the time that you guys hear them yelling to the time Drew can run back to the unit to the time that you can get a boat down there?
There happened to be a guy who had driven up to the water, so Drew caught a ride with him back. That was just fortuitous. And so, I don't know, it's 15 minutes that this all unfolds, 20 minutes.
Right.
It took them a while to get the boat launched, to make the rescue attempts. It's not as quick as it seems in the video. Obviously, we cut out a lot. But I didn't think they were going to get this guy because that current is so fast. They couldn't take the boat out in the current. It literally wouldn't be able to hold a position out there. So they started gathering up rope. A couple of other guys came up with boats. They were all up there because they want to try to cross the water. That's kind of why they were coming up.
So they're trying to get back into those neighborhoods, get back into places
they want to get to Keith Road, or they're all going to check on somebody. So this is where he made the grab. It's hard to see, but it pulls that rope around that tree. So now he's just stuck back up at the tree, and we can hear them describe it. We have some sound with them. We can roll that.
Okay.
And then we threw it up current. And he got that, and it drifted to him. And when he caught that, it went around a tree, and he lost the throw.
And then he went quiet.
We thought we lost him. He went quiet, and so we were screaming and hollering at him, and we really thought we lost him. But he hollered out he'd grabbed some vines on a tree. So
then we got that
we just drove the boat as fast as we could up into the trees, and as far as we could before the current, because I mean it was it had the boat sideways.
capsize their boat. I really
I mean,
did.
so essentially, they put themselves at risk to go out and save these guys.
Absolutely. And those two fellows knew each other, but a third guy joined them. They just did, for the second rescue, they didn't know each other before that. It's just amazing that people are willing to do that.
Well, you know, I'm really kind of breathtaking.